It's Moller, and we're back for part 3 of Hetepsenusret. I'm gonna do a couple of things. Gonna do a festival to Bast right off the bat, because I'm not sure if the festival kickstart occurs over a save. And then we're going to try to fill up this area here with a little bit more limestone. Since we're keeping ahead of the bricks now, I'm gonna have to set up a sandstone area down here, I believe. And I want to move this over here so it gets to the distribution center a little easier. So we'll accept linen over here. We'll empty it out of here. And then we'll delete this. I'm going to put this dock to accept sandstone. I was going to bring it closer to the monument, but this first 240, it can be anywhere. So I might as well get it by land and sea over here. This will be where he puts it when he comes from water. This will be where he puts it when he brings it by land. And then we'll need 6 storage yards that will get. And that way, when all those fill up, we'll start the mausoleum and we'll delete these and we'll start moving sandstone imports over onto the monument side. I might start trying to move things over to the distribution center as well. We're gonna have to get linen over here and get jewelry over here. I don't usually do full yards for these, but because of taw, I don't want to accept half a yard. And we're going to get half a yard of papyrus here. And I think we're going to accept our second luxury good here. I don't know which one we're going to be getting yet. So I'm just going to put them both on, and whatever we trade for, we'll get. And I'm also going to take some straw here because I'm going to put my zoo near here. And then when I set up fishing, I'll have a granary here to get the fish. We seem to be doing okay on the economy, enough to start working on this area here. So I think I'm going to lay down fishing boats. And I'm going to lay down some warship wharves, and I'm going to start working on chariot forts. So I'm going to want to import copper. I don't have a copper trade route. I'm going to have to pick one. Looks like we're going to be opening Backy. We're going to want the military on a really slow burn, I think. I think I'm going to give these folks here in these 2 blocks entertainment and pottery and raise them up. think I might ask this one to buy beer as well. And here too. That'll give us a little bit more employment, and then I think I can start working on the rest of the area down here. Curious if putting my zoo down will give me enough bonus entertainment to take these up to ordinary cottages. Oh, business with the reeds isn't working really well. I don't know why they wouldn't approach the ones up here. Do I need to set up a satellite reed community here and see if they'll do more? I guess I should tell them that I want to import it. Actually, I did. Maybe it doesn't think I need it. It's working on the monument there. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that papyrus area, like, quick. Might even abandon this little area here till I sort that out. I don't know what I'm gonna feed them, though. Missed it by that much. I can import meat. So I think I might do that there. Might set up a small little housing block here. I do want everything connected. Let's set this up. I don't want to come off of here. Coming right down the pipe would be pretty good. We'll see if that keeps up with everybody. Probably just delete these guys right now. They're going into here, which is good. Now we'll just see if they go into some of these other areas. But this is a much bigger area to work. In terms of feeding them, I'm still kind of torn. I might bring in meat. Just do them with meat. I guess it depends how expensive an import it is. 47 to bring in. I'm not going to need a lot. And in case some weird request comes in for meat, wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm going to accept half a yard of meat here and only bring in 800, and I'll just play with it if I get a request. We are getting some charioteers in the fort, so I want to get a transport wharf for them. I think I'm going to build my ship right. Okay, so this is functioning. We're building a boat for the wharf. So this is all looking pretty good for the distribution area. There is meat and oh, a new trade route like that. They sell fish, pottery, and wine, so that might be our second luxury. They buy papyrus. I don't know if I'm going to open them yet. Looks like all the papyrus makers are full now, and we are getting a surplus of reeds. So doing that little switch was a big help. It looks like they're going into this field, and into this field, and into this field. So I think we might be finally good on papyrus. Oh, good. She walks. She got these houses with food, and this one. So I have hopes for that block. Menefer. Man, this is a monster of a monument. A lot of bricks. I think starting in the new year, I might go to 5-speed. Because we basically set up the economy, so now it's just a simple matter of getting ready to do our final population push, which we're going to want to involve palace block. I want to speed up the military a little bit here. I'm going to go with a second chariot workshop. We're going to want 4 of these. Might as well put them down and forget about it. Need a hefty supply of jewelry. We might wait for a Taw blessing and finish that one off. 32 weapons. I think we're going to end up doing that by ourselves. doing right now is I'm just making sure that I've got room. So I need 12 for a senator block, and then I need 7. Yeah, I could fit a large senator block in here and still have room for the palace block. So that's what I'm gonna do. So if this is 10, then I'm correct. Okay, good. And I think that's going to be all that I'm going to need for housing. Is the palace block and then this final large senator block. That should take us up to 12,000. I think 3 dance schools ought to cover it. Put one here. Put one here. Then if I move this firehouse, I'll put one here. I'll get a conservatory here. Oh, we will definitely accept that. That's quite a few yards. We're going to postpone it. I'm going to put 3 brick yards down here. That was very nice. Back to schools. I think if I put one here, put one here. I was going to put my bazaar here. I think I'm going to put it up here now. So I'm going to move these 2 down here and here. I just got an entertainment boost. And then for juggler schools, I think I can get away with one right here. I think I'll put a conservatory here as well. And a juggler school here. Here's a lot of the beautification done. Looks like those 3 loads of bricks were looked after. Have a clay supply building here. Just gonna check for trouble. No raw materials at the jewelers. That's not a surprise because we're kind of doing that on purpose. Okay, I think we're going good. Let's bump this up to 5 speed. start to get our entertainment into these blocks. That's all our entertainment venues done. It's a little bit of a hit for workers. Put the mausoleum down right here. And get rid of those yards. We're going to tell this dock not to trade sandstone anymore. And we're going to tell this dock to trade sandstone. So we should still be bringing it in. I am like really close to going into debt to watch this before I go and do the palace block. So hopefully it was just an issue of all of the spending we did on the venues. Yeah, so that's a little bit better. We're coming out of debt now. We'll get the road hooked up to the mausoleum so we work on it. And then I think it's going to be palace block time. And see if we can start generating a fair amount of tax income from that. This is nerve-wracking for me doing this with five-speed on. It is really nerve-wracking. So this one we're going to want to buy all the food. And we'll buy pottery with this one. This one here, we're going to buy beer, jewelry, wine, and linen. And I am going to open up that trade route to Knossos. Okay, good stuff. Okay, I'm glad I set up fishing. I'm just going to pause it and set this up and then talk about it while we're running because this is making me nervous. I've switched this bazaar to buying game meat instead of buying grain, just so I have all this grain available to this housing block right here. And it looks like the entertainment bonuses just from the Senate House and everything have bumped us up. Either that or it's just because we're supplying things with these houses over here. Interesting to see that it is still working without roadblocks. That sandstone I tried as needed before and it didn't do anything. I'm going to import to maintain that yard. There we go, there's some. Maybe I just wasn't patient enough. Our money seems to be going okay again. I need 3,000 people. I am going to have to get ready to evolve manners here if we're going to stay out of trouble when we make our final push. So to evolve these up to manners, I'm going to need to do a couple of things. I'm going to go to this bazaar and tell it to buy pottery and buy beer. And we'll do the same thing with this one. And then we're going to have to put down a bazaar here that is going to buy fish. And it's going to buy linen. It's going to buy jewelry. And then we're going to have to get our scribal schools and mortuaries and stuff into these areas. I'm going to also put down another Senate house right here. Hopefully that will work. Let's get our courthouses down. I'm going to swap out the police stations now for dentists. And we're going to need libraries in here. And scribal schools. And mortuaries. And so we should be able to evolve some manors here to take care of some of this unemployment now. Although probably the best way to take care of some of this unemployment is to finish off these blocks. There's three more large senator blocks that we have to finish off. So what I think I might do is lay down some shrines over here. That's 4 to each of them up here. Maybe I'll try to fit in 2 to each of them down here. See if that helps. I believe I can import fish. Looks like I'm running out of pottery down here. I might soak up some unemployment by doing a little bit more potters. There's some more clay to go with it. I'm going to set up a fish accepting warehouse here. That's a big help. Thank you, Bast. Okay, this is looking a little bit better here along here. Palace block seems to be stabilizing. Grain is coming along, so as long as we keep fishing here, I think we're okay on food. And we'll need to definitely evolve some manors. I'm curious if we even need this block right here. I'm going to place down the rest of the things we require here. Make sure we have dentists in the little blocks everywhere too. Need a dentist there. Oh, that's not good. Let's stockpile fish. Go back to mauling molars. And I think I'll place our zoo. And we'll get down our last mortuaries. Still no roadblocks, which is really, really interesting. I haven't told these guys to buy beer or pottery in these 3 Senate blocks. And I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to try to evolve a manor here. Looks like I'm going to try to evolve a manor there. Stop stockpiling. Gonna move this statue. Actually, all I have to do is unplug this. There's another manor. Okay, so now we're at 7% unemployment. That's a little bit more reasonable. We're gonna postpone that gift again. And put down 2 storage yards to accept bricks. I might start importing bricks. Stockpile reeds. I'm going to tell these bazaars to buy pottery and beer. We have perfect coverage on everything except for zoos. Maybe we'll put down a second zoo. Too few places of worship. Let's do some shrine farms. Let's do some temples. The nice thing about not having roadblocks is you don't feel bad about putting down the odd thing here in an odd place. mausoleum is complete. We'll sell that surplus sandstone, get it out of there, and we'll put this back on to accepting bricks. There, now we've got room for gifts of bricks now, I believe. I'm remembering why I hated this mission so much. The first time I did it, I think I built a better city, and I definitely have more bricks being produced than before, but that is a big pyramid. 20% complete. So I'm probably just going to jump a few years into the future when we're closer to being done, because there really isn't anything that I'm doing with this city now. We've got all 3 storage yards full. Our unemployment is reasonable. People are going to start to age out. So I decided to reload after a January save, and it bumped from 75 up to 100 like instantly. So I was fighting and fighting, trying to give mortuary coverage everywhere and stuff. But if you take a look, I've got excellent coverage on everybody, perfect coverage for scribal schools and library, perfect on all of the venues. And we didn't go crazy in terms of putting down anything strange. We put down a spare dancer school here, mortuaries for everybody. With Roadblock shut off, it's easy to put something outside your block and expect it to go in. So actually having no roadblocks has kind of helped me with my culture rating. But we're going pretty well. We're just about ready to finish 15 courses. A little short of workers now. I think I might get rid of these 2 manors and place down some housing for them. And I think I'm going to start on the last pyramid. That'll probably flash forward to when we're done. Starting to prepare the ground. Hey, good. So I've got my grave goods done. Well, we got the army back from our fight. We lost 2 charioteers. It wasn't too bad. We are short a bit of workers. Slowly taking down our manors to try to get some more workers into town. Send them right back out. But here we have it. It is a no roadblock city of almost 12,000 people. Will be soon, because we just put down that housing over again. Perfect rating on culture, perfect rating on prosperity. Hopefully we'll be near perfect on kingdom rating before the end of the mission. All the gods are happy with us. We have a palace block of 6 palatial estates. We did have a lot of manors here to control unemployment, but as the population has been aging, we've been replacing the manors back with housing again. We've done this with 5 large senator blocks and 4 small senator blocks. So just before the new year, we turned off limestone. It's time to start exporting bricks again, because we do have enough. We're a little bit short of workers because things are starting to age out, so I'm going to start deleting some things that we're not using. Probably going to take away a good portion of the brick industry. And I'm going to take away half of the clay. That's helped a bit. I think I might get these 2 manors back. Oh my gosh. This one was also double scribal school. No wonder I was having so much trouble with mortuaries while I was trying to get my culture rating. Oh well. At least I noticed it before the end of the mission. 6% unemployment. We might leave it at that. Just because I'm sure we're going to be aging out a little bit before the end. I'll put at least the architect's post back. Maybe I'll put fire here too. So I think things are looking pretty good. We're polishing both pyramids. I can even get rid of the work camps. Let's do something about that. So this is nice that we're doing some polishing. I don't need carpenters anymore, so I'm going to put back some stonemasons in their place. And now we're just going to cruise to the end of the year and finish these pyramids. Our palace block is looking well. You ever wanted a reason to know why to build a palace block? Here it is. Collected 1,300 Deben from this house alone coming up till October, whereas we've collected 55 off of some of the regular housing. That's just an insane amount of our income for the year. We have no grain in that granary. I'm curious to see how much we're going to get off of the fields here. A full harvest almost gets the granary full. That's why you irrigate meadow farms. Just about finished polishing the large pyramid. We started off the year at about 8% unemployment, and we're currently at 4%. So I think I'm getting out of this mission just in time, because we're starting to age out a lot of our workers. And it's a little bit of a race to see if we finish prior to the new year. And we did.
All hail the mighty Pharaoh. Your dynasty is without equal, and Egyptians from now until the end of time will speak your name with the greatest reverence.
Well, 40 years isn't that bad for Hetepsenusret. I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But we finished with 100 for culture, 100 for prosperity, 98 for our kingdom rating. We didn't go that far above the population requirement, so I'm pretty happy about that. We managed to make it work with just slightly over our 12,000 people. My previous best 9 months ago was 888 months, so it's a significant improvement, almost half the time. Finished up with 4% unemployment. Not a bad looking city. We'll just zoom away and fade to black. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.